Okay, I'd like to call the Plan Commission meeting for Tuesday, April 12th to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Kodowski,
Here.
Mike Skippington,
Here.
Corey Campbell,
Here.
Gary Paul,
Yep.
and Kabaki, Allen, and Krieger are excused.
Okay, please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
For which it stands. And justice for all.
And please remember our men and women throughout the world in uniform. I have no changes to the agenda. I need a motion to approve, please.
Move to approve as presented. Seconded.
Motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Action on the minutes from the regular meeting of March 1st, 2022.
Move to approve. Take it away.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve those minutes. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 6, comments from the public must be limited to items not on the agenda, must state your name and address, limited to 5 minutes. The board's role is to listen and not discuss the item. Personnel items cannot be discussed nor individuals named. And the board is not able to take action at this meeting. Is there any members of the public out here that would like to speak on items not on tonight's agenda? Any members that would like to speak on something not on tonight's agenda? Okay, hearing none, here we go. Action items, number 7. 7A, action regarding Bay Park Square PUD amendment for Hyvee signage at 2395 South Oneida Street, Parcel VA-132-1-4. Aaron.
All right, good evening, everyone. I will just share my screen here so I can bring up the pertinent amendment. The requested PUD amendment is for proposed signage for the new Hyvee store to be located in the former Shopko retail building at Bay Park Square Mall. The Bay Park Square Mall area is covered by a planned unit development ordinance specifying, among other things, the types of signage that are allowable for buildings within the boundaries of the PUD. When the PUD was initially established, it was for a traditional mall with traditional department stores and anchors, which typically have your minimal signage, backlit, similar to what we used to see with the Yonkers store, the Shopko store back in the day, or as you see with Kohl's currently. Certainly Hyvee is a different user than your standard department store in that it is it's a grocery store with multifaceted attractions, including a restaurant, pub, spirits, wine section, clothing, Wahlburgers. So there's many different aspects to the store that they would like to be able to advertise on the exterior so people know what's actually in the store. The PUD amendment would go from, it was reviewed by Site Plan Review Committee. It was recommended for approval by them to Plan Commission. If you have any questions regarding the proposed PUD amendment, I'm happy to answer them. Additionally, Ed Petch from the sign company Hyvee is working with is also available.
Aaron, one comment. All these elevations do not have the right direction in them. North elevation is basically the west elevation, if I'm looking at this properly. I noticed that going through the packet here that we're not correct on that, so that should be changed if I am right.
That's correct.
All right. Like Aaron said, it's gone through the Plan Commission with all the activities they got going on there with all the different entities that were within that. The Site Plan Committee did think it was a way to go. That has not been brought to us yet, other than just change the PUD to allow this is all we're talking about.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
The site plan was previously approved.
All right. All right. There's no other questions. I'll move to approve.
We can second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the PUD amendment for the Hyvee signage. Are any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. 7B, action regarding a request to rezone 1091 West Main Avenue, parcel VA-L-331-1-1 from R1 Family Residence to B1 Local Business. Aaron?
Okay, as depicted on the aerial photo map, the property is currently vacant. It is located on West Main Avenue, County Highway GF. Surrounding uses or zoning includes the BP Business Park for Harmon Studios to the west, the R1 subdivision for Arts Lane to the south and to the east, I-1 light industry to the northeast, and P public use for the cemetery to the north. We have not received any comments from the cemetery residents, and I don't anticipate any from them, but they were notified of the public hearing. In terms of the use of the property, B1 is the most restrictive commercial use, or commercial zone that we have for the village. The proposed use is a professional office building for financial services. In terms of looking at the use and the location, putting a single-family home on a county highway at this point probably isn't the best use of that property. A low-impact use such as a professional office building in this B1 zone property would provide a nice buffer for the residences to the south. As staff, we did recommend Plan Commission recommend approval of the rezoning from R1 to B1. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Jamie Blum, representing Immel Construction, is in the audience, as well as the applicant is also in the audience as well.
Aaron, did I hear you say that the residents in the area were contacted?
That's correct. They were notified of the public hearing that'll be held at Village Board.
Okay.
I have not heard any comments from anyone to date.
Okay, there's a person in that cul-de-sac down there that has always hounded me about a particular property right to his backyard there, about what's going to happen there, and nothing has happened, but as long as he didn't say anything about this corner lot, I guess that's fine, although he's not in the area right now. I think it's a good fit. I don't have a problem. I think something along the main street there is well worth the business.
Is that a motion, Gary?
I'll make a
Why
motion.
don't you do that?
I'll make a motion that we approve the action regarding request to rezone parcel VA L331-1-1 from R1 to B1.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to recommend approval to rezone parcel VA-L-331-1-1 from R1 one family residence to B1 local business. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. 7C, action regarding resubmitted site plan review for proposed senior housing and townhome development at 681 Mike McCarthy Way, parcel VA-56-4-1. Aaron?
Okay, the requested site plan was previously submitted to Site Plan Review Committee, Plan Commission, and Village Board for the Berkshire Ashwaubenon Senior Housing and Workforce Housing Development on Mike McCarthy Way. The site plan, due to some delays from financing and everything else related to construction costs, COVID, et cetera, lapsed after 1 year approval. Since the lapsing of the approval, a state grant has come through to fill the gap, to push this project over the finish line in terms of the finances. So the applicant has requested resubmittal of the site plan for review and approval by, again, Site Plan Review Committee, Plan Commission, and Village Board. In terms of the original recommended conditions of approval, the applicant did identify responses to those, including but not limited to the addition of the covered parking that was discussed extensively at Site Plan Review Committee, Plan Commission, and Village Board last time. Just in terms of the site, what you see here, this will be the senior housing apartments on Mike McCarthy Way. And these will be the workforce townhomes along Borvan Avenue here. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, David Donian, representing the applicant, GenCap Dama, is also in the audience.
I just want to know how you keep it from becoming title town. How are you going to make sure that the senior citizen, and it doesn't get priced out of it again?
I can address that. So this project did receive Wisconsin Housing Economic Development Authority tax credits, WIDA tax credits. Under the tax credit requirements, they are required to maintain rents at or below, was it 80% of county median income for, I believe there's probably 3 market rate or 4 market rate, but the rest are affordable units in perpetuity.
I see how it makes it affordable, but how do you make the senior citizens get in there and somebody else can afford it?
So it is age restricted.
Age restricted?
It is age restricted affordable senior housing for the apartments.
All right.
Yep, the townhomes are not age restricted. David,
Could
would you
you-
mind coming up here, speak in the microphone?
State your name and address for the record, please.
David Donian, 1863 Little Valley Court, Lakeview. Also, with regard to that program, same program, we are required annually to be audited on all of our residents. So all of our leasing is through that program audited every year. So it's not like we one time, check the box, and then, things can happen thereafter.
So it never goes from it doesn't go from a one-year lease to a month-to-month then? You renew that
We renew the,
lease every year?
yep, every year. And it's audited with regards to making sure that that person who is in that unit, it has that income, level and all those things for every resident throughout the whole
They can't
complex.
sub it out?
No.
If the income happens to rise, he has to leave? They have to leave?
No, not
Gary,
during the
could you
lease.
speak in your
Yeah.
mic? Thank you.
If the income rises, they have to leave then, is what you're saying, David?
No, not during the lease. But those things, again, the program is also adjusted annually with regards to
Oh, that's it.
inflation, and there's a
That's
standard that is set. I
Okay.
believe that's through HUD.
Correct.
Joel or Aaron, where are we on the grant?
So this particular project is receiving, through the Village of Ashwaubenon, a neighborhood investment grant through the state of Wisconsin Department of Administration. The value of the grant is $4.7 million. We did receive the formal award announcement. We are just awaiting from the state the actual grant contract that establishes the process, procedures, and administrative rules as it relates to receiving the money and how that money can be distributed. During that period of, or now, during this period of time, we are also negotiating with the developer, basically kind of a third-party contract to administer that grant once it is received. So the village really won't play an active role in administering the grant.
Okay, any time period when that could all happen?
The last update we got, I think, was about 2 weeks ago from the state, and they say they're in progress with drafting the actual contract language. So your guess is as good as mine, maybe 1 or 2 weeks out yet.
You looking at construction this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Any other
Is that,
questions?
is that a WEDC grant?
No, Corey, that is separate from WEDC. So the neighborhood,
Okay.
yep, the Neighborhood Investment Program was a special program established using American Rescue Plan Act dollars administered
Okay.
directly through the DOA.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, comments, concerns? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, I'll move to approve the senior housing and townhouse development on Mike McCarthy Way.
And I will second.
Is that on, for both of you, is that with staff conditions?
With staff conditions, of course.
Okay, Corey? That's
Yes.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second regarding the resubmitted site plan review for the proposed senior housing on Mike McCarthy Way. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
All right,
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 8, items for next agenda.
Yes, I have 2 items already on the agenda. I'm sure more will pop up between now and then.
Okay. So I need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.